This barebones system is the MSI Nightblade. This is the Z97 edition, features an ITX motherboard inside, as well as a few other cool things. Stick around to find out more as we cover it in this video. So, the MSI Nightblade. What is it? It's a barebones PC, which basically means it doesn't come with CPU, RAM, cooler, or hard drive, and or GPU, but it's a fairly small form factor, around about 16 by 12 by 7 inches, and is very stylish. On the front you get a sort of brushed aluminium finish with a MSI gaming logo and a slot loading optical drive. On the left hand side you'll find a 120mm fan mount, as well as a really cool sort of, like, you have to be looking at it the right way to see it, kind of almost glossy dragon logo as well. On the front you'll find two USB 2s, two USB 3s, which aren't differentiated, which is a bit strange, they're the same colour. You'll also find the 3.5mm jacks for headphone and microphone, an OC button, Wi-Fi and hard drive activity LEDs, and a power button as well. On the back you'll find the power pass-through cable, because the power supply is mounted in the front. You'll find the 7.1 audio, two USB 3s, two eSATAs, four USB 2s, a PS2 combo port, two HDMI's, DisplayPort, SPDIF, killer Ethernet, two more USB 3s, and a clear CMOS button, as well as the two Wi-Fi antennas, which do come in the box as well. This is great I/O, considering that there's also two more PCI slots at the bottom for full-size graphics cards. We've been told you can fit up to the MSI 980 in here, and obviously while MSI do recommend their own cards, you can fit other cards, including the card we tested, which is a 7870 from XFX. You may have a bit of trouble fitting something like the Zotac Extreme 980 in here, just because it's so wide and very, very long, but you can definitely fit the MSI 980 in here, which is an incredible amount of performance for such a small system. Now on the bottom you'll find this removable dust filter, which allows for basically covering the stopping dust to go in right under that graphics card. The graphics card is basically going to sit the other side of that metal. On the top you may have just seen that handle. Yes, that is a handle as well as a case foot. It's incredibly strong. This entire thing is made out of brushed aluminium, or just aluminium in general, which means it's incredibly heavy but incredibly sturdy. That handle will not break. You can pick it up by the handle, shake it around, you know, you could freaking caber toss it if you're Scottish and wanted to, and you know, that is just incredible for the sort of build quality of this. On the back you will find these sort of screws, which act as case feet if you want to put it on its back, but also act as, you know, just case screws, because all three panels around the side, so, you know, left, top and right, all can be taken off to reveal, you know, lots of, you know, options and stuff. The back panel will only really be taken off to put a CPU sort of bracket on for the back of the motherboard, but other than that, you know, it's great to see that all the panels can be removed without them being like riveted on and stuff. Now on the front there is a bit of vents in the front for the power supply graphics card, and you know, overall it is relatively well vented for the size, but it does run quite hot considering it's just such a small form factor, as we'll see in a second. Now on the other side you will also find a dust filter, but that's for the power supply, which if you really wanted to you can replace, but I believe this is either 600 or 650 watt power supply in here, which allows you to power basically any configuration of hardware that can fit in the system. Now the side panel that you'll be taking off the most actually has incredibly easy ways to get into it, which is literally just two little sort of flick switches that you push out, but you can use that little tag at the back to lock it up. The first thing you'll see when you get inside is this 120mm fan mount, or 90mm fan mount, which is where you'd install either an intake fan or, you know, a water cooler if you plan to use that. Now it does come with a slot loading optical drive, but it doesn't come with that hard drive that's in there. That's purely for review purposes, but obviously as you can see you can fit on a 3.5 inch drive under that slot loading optical drive, as well as two 2.5 inch drives at the top, and the motherboard that's sitting in here is a socket 1150 Z97 gaming AC board from MSI. It's also got two DDR3 RAM slots sort of hidden away in the corner, as well as a full-size PCIe X16, which allows you to use those two 8-pin power connectors to power up to, as I said, a 980, which is pretty incredible. Now our system should have come with this little 2.5 inch drive that lets you slide in and use basically two SATA SSDs at the same time using the same SATA connector, but unfortunately that was kind of lost in the review process. If you take off the top panel you can access all the sort of front IO connectors and stuff, which is pretty cool, as well as the power supply pass-through. Now, for our test system, we used an Intel Pentium G3420, 8GB of Crucial DDR3 RAM, and a Cooler Master Neptune 120XL, and also that Seagate Barracuda drive, as well as the XFX so the 7870. All of those components fit in quite nicely and made for a pretty cool test system, although unfortunately the thick radiator from the Neptune 120 didn't quite fit in, and we couldn't quite get the case shut, and unfortunately we don't have any low profile CPU coolers. But one thing I did note was that this system, even with the door slightly open, did run quite hot. It's mainly just because there isn't too much airflow in here, and just generally means that it's pretty hot, you know, altogether. I do love the customizability of this, and especially that it comes with the Z97 board, which is relatively up to date. You know, the easily labeled cables that tell you where where everything should go, and everything is pretty cool. Bear in mind, if you want this system, especially a relatively decent system for something like a LAN rig, you're going to be shelling out between £700 and £800, which, you know, isn't incredibly cheap. So this isn't a value-oriented system necessarily, but it is definitely stylish. It's great for LAN parties. You could literally just pick this up by the handle, chuck it on a desk with your monitor and keyboard, and you're ready to go with a full PC worth of power. Literally the only problem is if this is the sort of first PC you're building, it could be quite difficult to build in, and does run quite hot, so bear in mind that your graphics card and CPU will need to be cooled efficiently with something like maybe a Cooler Master Gemini or Nox or a heatsink, and, you know, just get a decent graphics card. Now, for 5 for money, it's going to get a 4. Performance is going to get a 4 as well, just because of the heat issue. Functionality is going to get a 4. Style has got to be a 5. It's just got to be. And for, you know, that TechteamGB score, it's going to get a 4 as well. It's definitely worth the money if you go to a lot of LANs, because this case is literally the most perfect LAN case I've ever seen. It's got dust filters everywhere. It's got a good enough amount of, you know, airflow in, and just generally pretty awesome, and you can fit a hell of a lot of hardware in here. Now, that's pretty much it from me. If you haven't already, please do check out the written review of this product, as we do try really hard to do, you know, cater for everyone, and, you know, just if you want to see a bit more about it, or read a bit more detail, or even just things we've updated, or given a, you know, elaborated on a tiny bit more, that'll all be on the website with a few more images as well. So, you know, please do let us know if you like the website, and obviously if you like anything else, including this video. Please do hit the like button if you like it, dislike if you disliked it, leave a comment of what you thought of the video, the PC. If you'd build one of these PCs, you know, what do you think? Let us know. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. So thanks for watching this TechteamGB video. You've probably seen enough of me already, so I'm going to go away right after I say, if you haven't already liked or disliked, just let us know why in the comments down below as well. Check out some of our other videos. Hopefully there'll be some somewhere around me. And then also, feel free to subscribe as well. That really helps us out, and yeah, obviously shows companies that you love us. So if you do love us, check us out on Facebook or Twitter. Hopefully there will also be some stuff around here maybe, but otherwise that's pretty much it from me, so we'll see you all in the next video.